Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. I did a video, I don't know, maybe like a month or so ago about essentially raising your set point, right? And I in this video, if you want to watch it here, you can see it here. I talked about this idea of raising your set point of basically that, like, who you're around and what your set point is, what you expect, and what is going to determine, what you become. Like, you can't rise above your set point. So if you believe that everyone around you that making $80,000 a year is about the best that you can do, that's the best you can do. But if you believe that you need to be making $3 million a year, and that's the set point, and that's what people around you do, and that's what you're used to, and that's the norm, that's your set point, you're going to rise to that set point. Same thing with physical fitness. I talked about how my set point, how I raised my set point hanging around a lot of YouTubers that were super fit, doing some pretty awesome stuff on their YouTube channel. Anyway, I got some questions about that. The big question about it was how to basically increase your circle of influence, or rather your circle of friends, like the people that you're around. Because I talked about this idea that one of the things that greatly determines your set point is your social circle, right? Who do you hang out with? You've probably heard the quote, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around most. Totally true. If you've got kids, I'll tell you that, I don't say this lightly, but if you want to know the number one thing that's going to determine whether or not your kid turns out good or not, it's going to be their friends, who they hang around with. So, if you're hanging around bad friends, if your kids are hanging around bad friends, cut it out. Like, stop it. Like, get them in the right circle, But today I want to talk about how to increase your social circle, how to basically get around the right people. And so it's going to start off by this. This is going to seem harsh, but if you have people in your life right now that are your friends, that you're hanging out with a lot, and they do not align with you as far as having the same kind of goals, motivation, vision of you, and standards for themselves, that they don't want to achieve more, if they're not growing, you need to cut them out of your life. Not entirely. You can leave them as acquaintances. I've got so many friends, I can go roll up into into a neighborhood, and I've got some friends that they're not achievers. They're never going to be achievers, right? But they're more acquaintances, right? I'll go hang out. I'll party with them. We'll have a good time. Heck, when I was coming up the ranks, I would be hanging out with these non-motivated individuals. I'm not going to say loser, but I'm going to say non-motivated individuals. And we'd be partying, and I'd just be hanging and partying with them all, right, on Saturday. But come Monday morning, I'm getting up at 7 a.m. and going to work while they're all being bums, right? So, they would be my weekend party friends, and I would just hang out with them just for that occasion. But they were not my regular friends. They were more of acquaintances, right? So I could keep them somewhat in my life, but they were not the people that I was around most, right? The people who I was around most were other people who were thinking at the same level as me, who wanted to achieve the same things that I wanted to do, and who were lifting me up. Hopefully people that are higher than you. If you can get into a social circle of people that are better, that are higher than you, that are accomplishing more than you are, that is awesome. That's what you want to do. But the first thing is you have to open up slots. And the way you're going to open up slots is you're going to cut all these people out of your life. Like I said, maybe not completely, but at least down to acquaintance level. Cut these friends out. It might even be family out, that are anyone that's dragging you down. If they are not supporting you, if they're a negative influence in your life, if they are not the kind of people that you want to become, if they're not the kind of person that you want to become in some regard, you do not want them in your life, because you will become that person. I guarantee you that you will become like them if you hang around them. And that's 90% of the problem is that you got the wrong people in your life, and you need to cut them out. And I'm sorry, it's going to hurt some feelings, but you know what? It's your life. It's you don't owe anyone anything, right? It's your life, and you might have to step on some toes, you might hurt some feelings. You don't have to do it in a mean way, but just cut them out, right? You have to look out for you. And I'm sorry if that's going to be harsh for some people, but that's the truth of the matter if you want to rise above. Next, now you got to get the right people around you. There's a lot of ways to do this. Okay, so let's say that you let's say that you wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? What you want to do is you find meetups and groups of entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, and you don't go in there like sleazy networking, oh, I got to get into this group. You just hang out. You just go there and you just learn from them. You just go to meet. There's so many meetups. You go to meetup.com, you can find tons of meetups, and you can find people in all walks of life. Whatever you're trying to do, you can find successful people that are doing that. Hang around places where they frequent, and again, don't be trying to network and trying to get in there. Just be seen. Just be seen and try to contribute if you can. You'll have something that you can contribute. And if you're just hanging around those spots, if you're controlling where you're going, let's say you're a beginning developer, right? This is a good one. If you're a beginning developer, just go to all the user groups that you can in your area. You'll find them. You'll find Meetup. You'll find .NET user groups in a lot of areas. There's a bunch of different user groups. Go and hang out there, and you're going to be around a lot of developers, experienced developers, and as long as you are contributing, as long as you're showing up and being seen all the time, you're going to get to know people and you're going to make connections, and then you got to be filtering those connections. It's easy to go to lunch and hang out with the dork table, right? It's easy to go to hang out with the reject table. It's easy to go to a party and hang out with the other wallflowers. It's easy to go to to find the other people who feel awkward and who are not able to operate at the higher level, and to go hang out with them because you have something in common with them. You can easily, right? But don't do that. Instead, go and find the right group. Go and sit with the cool kids. Hey, they might reject you. That's fine, but you're going to keep on showing up, and you're going to keep on, and you're going to believe that you belong there, right? Show some confidence. Don't hang your head low. Don't be all arrogant either. Don't have fake confidence, but just some confidence that, hey, I belong here as well, right? And do that with the groups that you hang out with. When you meet people, evaluate. I don't mean be super judgmental, but just say, is this the kind of person that I want to continue to build a relationship with or not? You got to be smart about these. A lot of people, they get into relationships, they form their circle of friends by happen chance, who they happen to be around, and it's going to be mostly who you're around, but you still have a level of discretion there of choosing which person that you choose to accept into your circle or not. And it's not being a jerk, it's not being a dick. You can totally do this in the right way. You just choose where you spend your time and who you contribute to. Who you contribute to is who your friend is. So that's what you do, and you're always filtering, you're always trading up. And I don't mean to be all like harsh and you're just like stepping on people to get to the top. It's not like that. It's just that a lot of friends are going to grow with you, and those are the friends that you're going to have for life. But a lot of friends don't want to achieve what you want to do, and they're not going to grow, and they're going to stop growing, and then you've outgrown those friends. It's not mean, it's not harsh, it's just the fact of the matter. And so you got to trade up. So be willing to do that. Get a good circle around you. Hang out with the right people. Go to the places where they hang out. I guarantee if you show up, you will make friends there. And when you make those friends, be discerning. Choose who you're going to keep contacting. If they're people at the top, if they're going up, and then hang with them, and avoid the whole wallflower thing. Avoid sitting at the loser table. I know that sounds harsh, but it's so easy when you go into a room or a party. It's easy to identify the misfits and connect with them. That's what a lot of us do. I know it because I used to do it. And that you don't want to get in with that crowd. You want to go for the high achievers. You want to go in with that crowd. It doesn't mean you're sucking up to them. It doesn't mean you're all, groupie, being a groupie. It just means that you're confident enough to know that you belong with this group and you are willing to do what it takes to be part of this, and just show up and just be yourself. And that's the way you do it. It's not easy, but as long as you have this in your mind, as long as you realize that you are looking to trade up, that you're looking to build a circle of friends, that you're looking for people that are at least have the same ambitions and goals as you, but probably, hopefully, have achieved more, have done better than you, and you're willing to contribute to their lives in some way, not just to get something from them, you're going to find yourself in a good circle of friends, and you're going to find yourself growing. And that's how you're going to grow more than anything else. I promise you, it's going to raise your set point. And it's hard work. It's tough, and you're going to have to do tough choices. Cut those people out of your life that don't belong there. But if you do that, you're going to find success. So anyway, that's it. If you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to take the steps, you can do this. If you have a question for me, email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. And if you like the channel, subscribe. I will talk to you next time. Take care.